Hey everybody, welcome to another on-court, off-court Game Changers. We got another grassroots kind of conversation today. We're very excited to be joined by Justin, and he is the Director of Program Operations for ACEing Autism. And of course, we have kind of the boss and my co-host, Kalindi Dinoffer, the CMO for on-court, off-court. So very happy to have all of you. Justin, welcome to Game Changers.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Justin, and thanks, Billy, as always. It's always so great to have these conversations.
Yeah, we love them, and we just started recently, doing some of these with the grassroots program. And just as a reminder, on court, off court for many years has been finding organizations that they can support, either with products or visibility or certain things. And I'm very excited today to talk with Justin about ACEing Autism. Fantastic program. Love what they're doing. Great story. So we're going to, I'm just going to turn it over to you, Justin. And maybe if you could give us an overview. What is ACEing Autism? What is your vision, mission? What are you guys working on? And so I'd just love to hear about that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Billy and Kalindi, for having me. So ACEing Autism is a nonprofit organization founded in 2008. What we pretty much do is provide tennis programming for individuals on the autism spectrum. Currently, we serve a majority of youth, but we are kind of transitioning into the adult population, into the schools, and obviously in the communities. So what it normally is we have over 140 programs in the country that run hour-long tennis programming on the weekends. Usually that's run by 2 program directors from the community who've kind of reached out and offered to help give back. They have a team of volunteers, normally in a 2-to-1 ratio of 2 volunteers per athlete. And what they do is run it for 6 weeks in a given fall and spring season, really kind of focusing on 3 things. It really is fun, getting them active, so physically active and getting exercise. And then the third and probably most important part, it's a group lesson. So the socialization piece, which this population has a difficult time with. Tennis really is the vehicle to get to those 3 goals. But if you love tennis, if you love, giving back to the sport that really has given us a lot, this is really a great organization to help volunteer and get involved with.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love it. I love to see, something that we love like tennis, and then the practical use case that it can to serve people. And I loved how you just have kind of like this call as well of those that have loved the sport and have been impacted by the sport. Now you get to use that to then go and be a good and support, people groups that maybe struggle with certain things. So I heard you say we. So Justin, do you play tennis as well?
Yeah, so I am a tennis player. I've played tennis all my life. My dad is obsessed with the sport, still plays it every day. Got me really involved as a youth. I loved all sports. I'm a sports fanatic, so love playing basketball, baseball, but really kind of transitioned into tennis because, one, I was probably better at it than other sports. Played in high school and then ended up playing college tennis at Johns Hopkins University, and still play a little bit when I have a chance and get to meet people who love tennis. So yes, I'm a huge tennis person, love watching it, love to play it, of course, if I can. So yeah, it's given so much to me. So to be able to actually work in the industry, something I didn't think I would, has been a blessing.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And so as the Director of Program Operations, I mean, what do you get your hands on? I'm sure it's a lot, but just from like a high level, what does that look like? And how does even maybe your background in tennis as well help transition in that role?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I would be remiss to say that obviously as a director, I do it all myself. I think I have a really great team around me that helps with a number of things. In the role of overseeing the program operations, it's really on two main things. One is expansion. So if anyone in the US wants our program in their city, in their state, usually they reach out to us, and I'm usually the first point of contact, kind of explain what it entails to bring a program to your city. The second is obviously as you grow and you launch programs. I just actually launched in a new state of Charleston this past weekend in South Carolina.
Very cool.
And then another one, in Columbus, Georgia. The goal is that we don't just come there and launch and the program director does everything. We want to provide the quality support they need to run the program. So that second arm is we focus a lot on program quality, making sure they have the support they need, not feeling like, here's all of the curriculum equipment you need, good luck, and we'll just be at the home office kind of hanging out. Mm-hmm. The focus is really supporting them to be programs that can be their best, and then also providing a level of expectation where we can improve things like autism support, tennis drills or tennis activities, because obviously as the athletes progress, there's going to be new challenges or new things they can kind of start to pick up. And so there's this expansion piece, there's the quality piece, and then of course new environments. So things like we started 15 years ago. Richard Sperling and Shafali Jesti started this program in Boston. If you do the math, a lot of those athletes are no longer children, right? They're adults. And so how do we bring tennis, that's a lifelong sport, to them? So that's one of the initiatives we're working on, is adult programming. The second is, how do we introduce tennis, which is normally fairly exclusive or not as the sport that doesn't have as much access to these individuals. So we do have a school model where we're bringing it into school during their PE time, so these children can have some experience with the sport we love of tennis, and if they do enjoy it, then they can sign up at their local club or maybe our ACEing Autism program.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Kalindi, don't you I just love this organization, don't you, Kalindi?
Oh yeah, we've gone. I feel like on court, off court, it has been partnering and supporting ACEing Autism since before. I've been involved in on court, off court since I was little with the family business and all, but since before I was working full time for them. I feel like it's just, I've always heard about ACEing Autism, and we always love to support them. And yeah, you guys do amazing things. And this is and probably sound like a broken record to Billy, because I'm always like, anytime we have these talks, and then especially with the grassroots, like that is definitely like my favorite part of my job, is like I love hearing from grassroots programs and being able to support with discounts and donations, and because it's like, okay, this is what we're doing, like this is the whole point. Like tennis is this amazing life vehicle to support so many people in so many ways. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So maybe, and I don't know who's best to answer this, but what types of products or support has On Court, Off Court provided for ACEing Autism?
Oh, like Kalinda said, On Court, Off Court has been such a great supporter of our programs. I think we have a sponsorship from Head Pen, who provide us the rackets and the balls and the bags and some of the mini nets. But as you all know, that's kind of the minimum requirements for playing tennis, right? So, but what On Court, Off Court really brings to the table, and why we're so appreciative of it, is they have these products that are specific for our population or the athletes in our program. So some of the things that they've always supported us on are like place marker lines or spots, which are very important for our athletes to have a baseline or a place to their home base to stand on before they're about to do certain forehands or backhands or even hand-eye racket skills. So one is really those spots. We love using those spots also for the games portion of our program, which they utilize for red light, green light. So those red and green spots are given to maybe one of the athletes who will then do like red light, green light, and everyone kind of plays along. So that's one of the equipment that has really helped us. The second is we've always utilized on-court, off-court for T-stands. So the ground stroke part of it, a moving ball may be, difficult for some. Some obviously catch on easier, but if they need support, just even grabbing a ball from a hopper, putting it on that tee, and then swinging through and hitting that forehand, just that process is really helpful for our athletes. There's that hand-eye coordination, right, to balance the ball on the tee. There's that gross motor functioning, motor planning to get that going. So that's been really helpful. And I think on-court, off-court does a great job, because a lot of the tee stands we used to use, a lot of the kids would say, "No, that's a baseball tee stand," and to have something that mimics for the tennis court that really helps them is also a really great equipment support. I think the other thing that they've always helped is cones, like wavy cones that they have. I think that's really good for our athletes in terms of focus, especially when doing volleys or ground strokes, putting a target out there. Because as you know, with a lot of kids or anyone, when they first pick up tennis, they just want to hit that ball as hard as they can, right? It's almost like a baseball bat swinging for home runs. And when you put a target down, right, and those cones are super helpful, or lines or whatever, any target you want, which on-court, off-court has so many great ones, even inflatable ones that we've used. It really hones in, right, on what the point of tennis is where, yes, you're hitting it over the net, but you're trying to get it in the court. So those targets are super helpful. Recently, we've utilized hex rings and agility ladders, which I think, again, if our goal of ACEing autism is not just tennis, it's about exercise, it's about footwork, things like that. These are very helpful because, if you're in our clinic and we try not to have too many lines, but if it helps to foster socialization where they tag each other in while doing side shuffling volleys, while they're waiting, maybe we get them through like an agility ladder or the hex agility rings where they're still running through it, still keeping warm while they're waiting. So that's been super helpful. And then the last, and Kalinda really helped us, is a lot of the athletes, they may need some sensory toys or things like that help. So they've given us a lot of these teddy bears, like tennis teddy bears, that are really nice gifts that we can give to the athletes. Once they finish their 6 weeks, they get a medal, and then they can get one of these gifts, like a bear, a tennis commemorative type of gift. It's really helpful for them. They look forward to that. So as you could see, on-court, off-court helps in a gamut of things, not just agility, but also tennis equipment. We've obviously bought hoppers and other things that we think are helpful for the tennis. But I think what they really shine on are these specific equipment that helps our population of athletes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm so impressed. That's so awesome. I gotta say, Justin, I mean, you're on it. We just interviewed recently the great tennis coach, Ken DeHart, and I can't tell you how many things he's talking about, what he uses and why he uses it for, elite tennis players. And you're doing the same thing. And it's just it's such a great program. So awesome what you're doing. Yeah, this is really awesome. So I want to ask you, Justin, how can people help, right? I mean, this is such a great program. I'm like, well, how can I help, right? This is fantastic. I'm just glad to be associated with On-Court, Off-Court, because, man, that's such a worthy cause. I just love the practical aspect of it. Obviously we need to support people that are in difficult situations in any way necessary, but this is just so empowering. I just love that. It's so empowering. It's so holistic, you know, the support that you're providing, and it's just such a great worthy cause. So I'd love to hear, you know, how can people help?
No, that's really great. I think the first thing really is a lot of people, I'm sure, the first question I ask to volunteers when we do trainings or ask is, one is, have you ever met or worked with an individual on the autism spectrum, right? I think first is awareness of the population. The CDC just came out with some facts and figures that 1 in 36 children are diagnosed with autism. So just, I think the incidence of autism and awareness of, hey, this is impacting a large number of people, and you may know somebody that has autism, is one. What is their kind of recreational programming that they do? I think we all know that they have that support with regards to therapies, you know, speech, occupational therapy, physical therapy, ABA support, but do they have things to have fun, right? And recreation. We all know tennis, as much as it is our job here, it is also it's a sport, it's for fun, recreation. And I think we all know that that's very important for development of people, development of everybody, and also overall health, like you said, Billy, about the holistic approach. So the biggest thing is, one, being aware, two, probably going to our website and perusing that for locations in the area that you're in. We also have a number of videos that highlight what autism is. If you don't know what autism is, there's some videos for families who may have a child with autism to kind of see, is this the right fit? Because that's always the thing, it's a great program, but it may not work for my child. So see this video here of how to prepare for your first day. It's a nice animated video to kind of really break down the apprehensiveness that maybe some families may feel about the program. So I would first go to the website, look at programs in the area. I would first have you go to the program under the community programs where we might be, and just go and observe, talk to the volunteers, talk to the parents, talk to the program director, see what their experience is like. And then, of course, you can get involved by volunteering at those sites. We're always looking for volunteers, especially those who may have experience with tennis or with the autism spectrum and behavioral strategies. But I think it's not required. I think that's the beauty of it. Like, we can train you. It's no different than meeting another human being. You know, it's no different. It's just trying to get to know them, trying to adapt how you interact with them, given their needs, given their wants, and really volunteering. You know, again, if you don't have one in your area, maybe you can start a program. We have a number of events you could attend. We were just at the U.S. Open and the Cincinnati Open. They allow us to have a clinic on site. And really, obviously the last thing is, as a 501c3 nonprofit, we are always looking for donations to help, you know, with anything, with t-shirts, with training, with scholarships for our program athletes. So there's a number of different things that you can kind of help with.
Well, I feel, and hopefully Kalindi's okay with this, but I feel a little unction inside of me to just, you know, really encourage people to get involved. You know, on-court, off-court, a large base of on-court, off-courts, customers and people watch are coaches. I mean, this is what they do. They coach, right? And that's their profession. And man, so you already know coaching, you already know these things, and to maybe latch on to the program that Justin and the rest of the team at ACEing Autism are doing, that's a fantastic way to serve. And so, you know, I see here under the Get Involved tab, you've got ways to volunteer, starting programs, check out the event calendar. And then, as you can see here, ways to give, and whether you're purchasing things, making a donation. And so I just really encourage, you know, the GameChangers that watch our programs and our social and all those things. This is such a great program. And I think that we can all take a step to do something to move towards this. And I've been really touched just in our time, Justin. This is just such a great program, and I thank you and the rest of the team for what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Billy, you said it perfectly, and it's just, yeah, it's awesome that you have so many opportunities for people to get involved and are doing such an awesome mission and making, really making a difference in people's lives. And, we're just grateful to get to be a small part of that and being able to support you guys over the years. And
Of course. And I think that that's the biggest thing. I guess now the new name is RSPA. I'm a certified, coach there, and also with the PTR, a certified coach. So I meet a lot of these tennis professionals. Ken, who you mentioned, DeHart, was my mentor with the RSPA. So I know him well and see him at a lot of these conferences. But it really is, like I said, anyone can be program directors. We have a ton of pros that do run it. They like to give back, or there's an initiative at the club to give back, and a lot of their members may have a child or someone they know with autism. But we're also, we have a lot of program directors who are high school students, who may not know that tennis is an industry that they may want to pursue as a career. So we're really having high school students get into tennis and giving back. We are in a lot of college campuses with the tennis on campus, or even varsity teams who want to give back. And we actually have a number of medical schools where medical students who may be interested in pediatrics or into neurology, like our co-founder, where they're having this experience to give back. So again, it's across the gamut of anyone who just wants to help, that has a heart to help. We are willing to, accept them and work with them, just like any of the athletes. There's no diagnosis of autism needed, even in terms of the spectrum or the support needed. We try our best to accommodate everyone. So, right, if any parent may feel, oh, my child may not be able to do tennis, I don't think this is a fit, I would say try it out. Come out to one of the programs, check it out, talk to the parents. Program directors and volunteers are willing to work with you and your child. So it really is, anyone can do it. Obviously, people in tennis, this will touch differently, because we are utilizing a lot of the drills that we're familiar with and adapting it to the needs of each child. So just want to thank you both, Billy and Kalindi, for having me on. It's always good to spread the word to other fellow tennis players, and the impact really that on-court, off-court has had in making our programs as great as they are.
Well, it's our pleasure. This is awesome. Even as we're talking, I live in a country club community it has a tennis program, a golf program, and I'm gonna go knock on the door and say, hey, can we host an event? Can we be a location to pull off some of this stuff? We've got coaches here, and so I'm feeling the unction to go and do something to help the program. So this is fantastic.
That's great. They can reach out to me or through our website. Either way, again, the biggest thing is just people that have that passion that you're expressing, Billy, to want to help, and then we can help you determine, okay, here are some of the other things that are needed to really make this a successful program. And that's what we're here for, to help support that. And you'll start to see that it benefits not only the community of athletes, but it also will benefit, the members of the club and people who are volunteering. It really is impacting not just one group. It's impacting everyone that has a hand in the program.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. It's just, really, really nice to hear from you and get to just spread this amazing message more. And this is what it's all about. So
thanks, guys. And thank you to On-Court, Off-Court for your support.
Well, I don't even want to stop. This is so good. I feel like it's so meaningful. But Justin, thank you for taking time out of your day to share. I'd love to do something like this again. And Also, please share if there's things that you got going on, programs and things like that. We'd love to include it in our email communications, our social media, different things like that. So, you know, we want to continue to partner with you and your organization. And thank you very much for what you're doing. Thank you for ACEing Autism. And this was an amazing talk. So thank you so much for taking the time, Justin.
No problem. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Again, get involved. Go to acingautism.org. Make sure you follow the social media, give, contribute. There's so much that we can provide in the situation. So thank you everybody for watching, and let's take some action. So this is another one of our Game Changers, Grassroots. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for everybody taking the time. Justin, ACEing Autism, thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.